Imagine a magical library between life and death, where books hold stories of the lives you could have lived. Nora, feeling lost, steps into this library guided by her old librarian, Mrs. Elm. Each book in the library represents a different life Nora might have had. In The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, Nora explores these stories, learning valuable lessons about choices and happiness. It's like a journey through her own what-ifs. The book unfolds a tale that shows us it's okay to have imperfections and that the pursuit of a perfect life may not make us happy. Come along with Nora on a special adventure. You'll explore the idea of getting another chance and find the magic in the pages of life's library together with her. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on the wonders we uncover together. Let's get started. Nora wasn't exactly thrilled with her life. It felt like she was stuck in a never-ending loop of dissatisfaction. Her job wasn't exciting, her relationships seemed a bit off-key, and life's melody just didn't sound right to her. Every day, Nora wondered if there was more to this tune, a different rhythm that could make her heart dance. But, alas, she found herself trapped in a constant chorus of what-ifs and if only. It was as if the music of her life had lost its spark, and she desperately wanted to find the harmony that would make her soul sing. Little did Nora know, her ordinary life was about to take an extraordinary turn. One night, as the clock struck an unusual hour, she stumbled upon a mysterious library. Not your typical library with dusty shelves and hushed whispers, but a midnight library cloaked in magic and secrets. Inside the library, Nora met Mrs. Elm, her wise old librarian from her school days. Mrs. Elm wasn't just an ordinary librarian. She seemed to hold the keys to the secrets of the Midnight Library. With a warm smile, Mrs. Elm welcomed Nora and explained that this extraordinary library held books not about others, but about Nora's own life, all the different ways it could have unfolded. Guided by Mrs. Elm, Nora started flipping through these magical books, each one a different version of her life. It was like a treasure hunt through her own story, and Mrs. Elm was there, like a guardian of the tales, helping Nora navigate the twists and turns of this enchanting library. As Nora dived into the first book in the Midnight Library, she found herself in a world different from her own. In this new life, she discovered fascinating details. A job she never thought she'd love, friendships that felt like warm sunshine, and a sense of purpose that resonated deep within her. She began to notice the subtle differences and the impact of choices she had made differently. The initial thrill of the unknown soon gave way to moments of reflection. She realized that even in this seemingly perfect life, there were challenges and sacrifices. This first exploration taught Nora that every choice carried its own set of consequences. It was a revelation, a mix of joy and heartache. Nora kept exploring like a traveler in a magical land. Some lives were tricky, like solving a puzzle, and others were happy, like finding a treasure. Each life had its own mix of good and tough parts, teaching Nora that nobody's life is all smooth sailing. Along the way, she found moments that made her heart smile and discovered important things about herself. It was like a big adventure, with each new life bringing surprises, challenges, and little bits of happiness. After journeying through various lives, Nora took a pause. Nora realized that happiness isn't just about the perfect moments. It's also about finding peace in the imperfections. Each life taught her something valuable. Nora understood that true happiness comes from within and is often found in the small, everyday things. It was like discovering a hidden treasure in her own heart. Through reflection, Nora began to see that the path to contentment isn't always smooth, but the bumps and curves add depth and meaning to the journey. Something super important happened, like the most exciting part of her favorite movie. Nora had to decide something really big, kind of like picking the ending to her own story. Imagine her standing there, thinking about all the cool and not-so-cool things she'd discovered in the different lives. It was like she had a special power to choose what happened next. This moment was like the spotlight in her journey, showing how much Nora had learned and how far she'd come. So, with all these feelings and lessons in her heart, Nora made a choice that would steer her story in a brand new direction. As Nora's journey through the Midnight Library reached its final chapters, the story unfolded like a gentle closing melody. She reached a resolution, a bit like the last scene in a great movie. Nora, armed with the lessons of her adventures, made a decision that felt just right for her. Her final choice wasn't about finding a perfect life, but embracing the imperfect beauty of her own. It was like she found the missing piece to her puzzle. As Nora closed the chapter on her Midnight Library exploration, you could sense the impact of her decision rippling through the pages of her life. It was a conclusion filled with a sense of contentment, showing that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones we write for ourselves. And so, Nora's tale, with its ups and downs, found its quiet yet satisfying ending in the cozy corners of the Midnight Library. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share your thoughts in the comments for more book adventures.